up in Cross Fork, Pennsylvania. This is day 7, I believe, if I count it right. Yeah, I think it's day 7 of our PA Wilds trail hike, roughly 200 miles through the Pennsylvania mountains. Now this is day 7 of what is now 12, because we found out last night that our ride has to switch to picking us up on Thursday instead of Friday. So we'll just deal with that, and we'll just make up the miles. No big deal. Yeah, being that we're in Cross Fork, we got to start with a pretty decent climb. We're going to be hitting the STS right up here. It goes up somebody's driveway right past the general store. And then we got like a 700-foot climb with full resupply on our backs right now. We're looking at about 15 miles today. The STS. That's pretty much the end of the uphill. It was a nice gradual slope. 2.5 miles roughly. About 800 feet elevation gain. So I'm all right with that. We were just following that logging road, and then we come up to this fence. I thought we were just going to continue straight, but it was fenced off. My previous track of the STS has the trail over here somewhere, so I'm assuming the trail used to be in there somewhere. Becky just spotted that interpretive signboard or something over here. I'm going to check that out, because the trail should be just right here. According to my last tracking, and it looks like a trail. Yeah, it looks like a trail. This is where the STS meets back up with the Donut Hole Trail. So, and they're a combined trail for like about 9 miles or something. Up that way is the way to Scoble Branch Shelter, and after Scoble Branch Shelter, makes a right up of power lines or some kind of pipeline. There's a bunch of road walking. We're gonna actually head up towards Scoble Branch. But not for very long, and then we're gonna take a trail to the right that on my guide it says Donut Hole Trail, but that's the old Donut Hole Trail, I think. Well, yeah, I know it is like an old Donut Hole Trail. Time for song of the day. Had this one in my head since we were leaving Cross Fork this morning. It's either the long title of "Do You Know the Way to San Jose," or it's just the short title "San Jose." I'm kind of leaning toward just San Jose. I have the chord change chart from when I first started taking music lessons, and I'm pretty sure the top of the page just said San Jose, I think. So as far as who that is, I would take a wild guess at who the original artist was. I'm going to just say Herb Albert. That's probably wrong, but I got the version in my head, but and I'm pretty sure it was popularized by Dionne Warwick. So that's my final answer on that one. And we'll check it later. All right, we've been up and down this section of trail here, trying to find this Rand's Hole Trail. It's supposed to be over there somewhere. There's nothing, absolutely nothing. There's nothing even closely resembling a trail. I even went down here. This is basically just a game trail, which is kind of deadens. So, I don't know, we might have to take the long way around, go up past Scoble Branch, unless we can find something. The trail on the map, it seems like it goes up in this hollow, but there's just no way over there. Must be an old map. We're both looking at old maps or something, and trails no longer exist. Here's the Scoble Branch Shelter. Fire pit over here. Let's see if anybody put water in any water jugs. 3 empties and 1, there's not much left. Garden hose chair.
What the hell happened to the rest of the broom?
As soon as you pass the Scoble Branch Shelter, this is what I was not looking forward to. Some of this here. It's only 65 degrees, but we got no shade. And it's just this pipeline will be up over this hill, down the next side, up the next side. And then we'll have a forest road walk for quite a while. It's 3 o'clock. We're probably closing in on probably close to 11 miles. We got coming up, we have a 600-foot climb, and then we'll drop back down to the same level we started to climb at. That'll put us at Ted's Truss with another 600-foot climb up through Morgan Hollow. And then from there, we just have a bunch of pretty much flat miles until we drop down into our projected campsite. If I did the math right, it looks like we'll be pushing about 18 miles today and probably setting up camp in the dark. Made it to the top of that first of our 2 climbs, 600 feet gain in 0.6 of a mile. We had about 1 minute worth of flat walking on top of that ridge before we started heading back down again. Bottom of this hill will be at Young Woman's Creek. There it is, Ted's Truss and Young Woman's Creek. I did want to mention one thing about this campsite here. And I know some other YouTubers have mentioned it. I think Jeremy78 mentioned that this tree came down right here. So here's the fire pit, as you can see. And I'm pretty sure I had used that tree at one point to hang my hammock off of. Kind of limited hammock trees right here. We need to get this climb over with. This is Morgan Hollow. This is the most steep climb on this entire hike. We're into it now. And it can't possibly be showing up on camera how steep this is. But yeah, we gotta go up there. I'm calling that climb done, Morgan Hollow climb. If you want to get a good workout for your calves, go ahead and do that hill a few times. It took me 25 minutes to go 0.3 of a mile. But all of our climbing is done. I just have this little slight upgrade behind me here, if you can see. But I'm basically at the top of the hill, top of the hollow. And we got 4 miles to get into camp, and it's all flat except for the last, just a little downhill into camp. Here's where the donut hole and the STS part ways. It was about 8 or 9 miles. Anyways, we're staying on the STS over this way. Hopefully we get a nice open view of that mountainside. Getting lit up. We are on what's called Rattlesnake Trail. Just past the sign back there. And I didn't mention the STS, which is the Susquehanna Trail System, is a bunch of interconnected trails create like an 85, 86 mile loop. So this Rattlesnake Trail is one of those trails. According to my GPS, will be at, I think, 17 miles. Becky's GPS will have us at 18. We'll see. It's morning of day 8. I don't know what temperature it is. My battery died on my Thermodrop. It's 8 o'clock. We're going to be out of here by 8 o'clock. We definitely wanted to be off of this trail. We had to camp right on this trail last night. It's an equestrian trail. So we figured we got here at dark. There's nobody coming down here. And we want to be out of here before the horses start using it because they obviously have been using it. I didn't put up my tarp, so it's only a matter of me unhooking one thing if a horse had to get by from my hammock. We're off the STS by just a little bit. Maybe not even a half a mile. We're on this connector trails, plural, to get over to the Black Forest Trail today. We got a bunch of trails to figure out over here. We've never been on these connector trails. We were going by a map, said that there was a campsite down here, right off of the STS, where we were turning anyways. It said campsite, and there were water sources, multiple water sources, streams coming together. And there was no water sources. There was no campsite. We walked up and down here in the dark. And I'll show you what we came up with. This is the best we could do. We dropped off on that side, hillside over here. That's it. We never camped last night. It sucked. The animals were making a bunch of noise. Coyotes. I think I heard an elk. 8:37, and we are leaving, quote unquote, camp. Our first priority is find water. Barely had enough last night. Yeah, fortunately, the dehydrated meal that I packed, I only needed 4 ounces of water for it. Been on trail about a half an hour so far. At least it feels like it. And no water yet. But I'm gonna go song of the day already. It's just, I don't know why this song's in my head. I'm gonna probably be way off on this one. The song title and the group. I think it's maybe Crosby, Stills and Nash, or one of those associated groups, like the Birds or Buffalo Springfield or something. But I'll go CSN. And I think the name of the title I'm probably wrong on. Got No Time or No Time.
They keep repeating that, those words. And I don't really think that's the title of the song. I guess we'll find out when we get home. Just so nobody else runs into the same problem that we did with the campsite and the water situation, I'm going to put a picture right here of the map that I downloaded. And I'll circle the tent where there's supposed to be a campsite and there isn't one. And also there's supposed to be water there and there isn't. And then I'll circle another, what's showing is another water source of stream of some kind. And that stream did not even closely exist. I mean, I think I know where it was, what they were kind of thinking, but it's just, yeah, there's no water there.
Look at how this huge tree just twisted.
Just hit 3 miles on the day, and we camped last night at 97 miles done. So, yay team, we're officially at 100. Also, sometime yesterday, somewhere along the way, we both surpassed our best mileage on one trip. And yesterday was the 7th day, which was also both of our most consecutive days on trail. The original plan was go up here and then immediately cut back, make a right into the woods, but that's a railroad grade trail or something. And the one trip report I was reading said that it's not marked, but there's like logging operations or something that makes it nearly impossible to get through. So we're gonna follow the pipeline up this hill, and it's gonna save us a mile, like about a mile or so, just to do this way. Anyway, it's more of a straight line. But this was our only water source, as Becky was just pointing out. We got our water downstream from this baby beaver dam next to the residual waste container. It's not the best tasting water.
Glowing green by the end of the day.
Yeah, I can't wait to dump this out once we find some clean water. So this power line walk here is was listed at 0.9 miles as opposed to going down in the valley and then like coming back up was like 1.7. And the trailhead was pretty much non-existent anyway, so we weren't going to go that way anyways. I didn't mention yesterday, I think we ended up like 18, 19 miles, something like that. And today we're planning on a bit of a shorter day. Definitely get camp set up on the Black Forest Trail before dark. Possibly build a fire tonight. This is the other end of that trail that we opted not to take. This end doesn't look that bad. The other end was just non-existent. Pretty interesting. I never saw a pine tree that color. At least I think it's a pine tree. All right, 12:30, and we finally found water. There's a little spring house over there. And so we got water here. First clean water since that we can remember since Morgan Hollow yesterday. This is right after we crossed the road. We're on the North Link Trail right now. Yeah, we're at the Dyer campground. As you can see, people camping over here. This is like a loop that goes around. When I was researching this hike, I looked up to see if I could find out whether there were bathrooms up here at this campsite. And I put in Dyer campsite, and the first thing that came up was a Dyer nudist campsite. This is not a nudist campsite. It's like more for equestrians, so you get this things to tie your horses up over there. All right, 7 miles. Thermodrop started working again, 63 degrees. Here's Dyer Camp. It's like a CCC kind of deal. I'm gonna double check just for future reference whether this thing's unlocked. It is unlocked. Hey, it's another double-seater. Farting zone. If you took a shit, please put it back. Oh, that's too much. I've never seen this before. They got a fan. This thing's laid out. We walked down this trail, this road, whatever, and coming out to this Dyer Woods. It says Dyer Woods Drive. We were following. It says on Gaia that there's a trail there. We couldn't find it, so we're gonna try a different way. We're gonna go back up to this cabin up here where the outhouse was. There's another trail up there. We're gonna try an alternate way. All right, so back at the cabin, we were trying to follow Dyer Farm Trail, and that's where we couldn't figure out where it went. So maybe this Coup Dyer Trail is over here. And we found it, North Link Trail. This is choose your own adventure, I guess.
That section we were just on for a few minutes there, it's just a straightaway. It was very overgrown with rhododendrons. So really hard to see where you're stepping around this area. These aren't mountain laurels, are they? I thought they were like smaller rhododendrons. Well, maybe they are mountain laurel. They look big for mountain laurels and small for rhododendrons. I don't know, whatever they are. We made it to the end of the Coup Dyer Trail. This is now we're going to be on the Black Forest Trail. This is the VFT STS North Link Trail. This is 8 miles. But, we're done with that one. We're going to do the southern half of the BFT loop. So we're following along this creek right here. I've only been down on this section of the BFT one time before. This is the section where you have to cross this creek like a bazillion times. I can't remember how many. We just finished a lunch break and we were looking for a trail. It's on the Purple Lizard map. It's on that hillside called the Blackberry Trail. It's supposed to save us a little bit of climbing, but we couldn't find it. So we're gonna have to go down here and just stay on the BFT. We'll cross the creek, the big creek, at the end of this, and then we start an uphill. There it is, the boulder scramble. And you can see the orange blazes as you go up. So we're almost at the top of this climb. After the boulders, that's it. And that's all our climbing for today. We'll be done. We have just under 2 miles to camp from here. And it's 75 degrees out. So yeah, I was being extra cautious where I was putting my hands and feet, because we are in serious rattlesnake territory. Right at the top of the climb after the boulders, there was a blaze that looked like it wanted us to go bushwhack through the rhododendrons, so we didn't see anything else. So that's what we did. We ended up in the forest where there was no trail. So we just kind of paralleled the trail until we could find a way back through all the thick rhododendrons and mountain laurels and whatever to get back over to the main trail. 6:30. Did 13 miles today. So nice easy one. And camp set up right there. This is there's another campsite back there, but kind of sucks compared to this one. So this is what we got going on. And on dinner, I'm having breakfast skillets, first time ever. So see how that goes. Here's my verdict on the Mountain House breakfast skillets. Is I put a bunch of salt and pepper on it. No sir, I didn't like it. Today's ending spot is going to be Slate Run. And so it's going to be another sub 15 mile day. We're not going to stay on the Black Forest Trail all day today. Me and Becky have both done the entire loop before, so we're not missing anything we haven't seen before. We're going to take some shortcuts through the middle, a little bit of the main loop. We're going to avoid one pointless up and down, one pud. Yeah, we'll end up in Slate Run, and they have a general store there. I don't know if we're going to stop before, as we pass it, and we might just come back and hit it tomorrow morning. We'll decide when we get there. We're definitely going there tomorrow morning because they have bathrooms. The Hotel Manor is there, which is a hotel and bar / restaurant. But we're not staying there. We're going to stay in the woods behind the hotel. They have like a 2-night minimum stay. We're not booking rooms for 2 nights when we only need to be there for 1 night. It'd be nice to get a shower, but oh well. Yeah, we'll just bypass that, go into the pine trees behind the hotel, set up camp, and then go back and get a good dinner and some drinks. And there's the blue blazed George B. Will ski trail. We're skipping that, stay on the Black Forest Trail. A little bit of an overlook here. There's some kind of communication tower over there, so I'll check and see if I got signal. First thing out of camp this morning, we had a pretty good climb. It wasn't very long or anything, just enough to get you woken up. And ever since then, it's been pretty much this, nice and flat, easy walking on these cross-country ski trail areas. Still on the BFT. Here's the other end of the George B. Will Trail loop. where we cut off of the, where we're getting off the cross-country ski trail and head over this way. I believe, if I remember correctly, this goes slightly down into a valley. We were just passing by this nice camp here. Check out the chairs. A little far away from the accident, the fire, but they do have this pretty well built up. Kind of get the heat going toward the chairs. And then easy water access down here. This is going to be our last, well, one of our last possible water sources until Naval Run. We're going to be taking some liberties with, we're going to be doing a cross-country ski trail instead of the BFT to avoid some useless stuff. We made it to the old stone shack here. Nothing to see in there. This is the PUD, the pointless up and down, or in this case, the pointless down and back up. We're gonna take this Ruth Mills ski trail, which is obviously a ski trail. It's gonna be nice and flat. It's gonna bring us out at the same spot as if we went down in the valley and back up. We just made it to Route 44. Got this big parking area right here. We just came from over there, the Ruth Will Trail. We're back on back onto the, that's the end of the Ruth Will Trail. We're back onto the BFT, which is going to be down right over here. We're going to make a left down this forest road, and we'll be on the forest road for a few minutes before we head over to across a what do you call, connecting trail, like a short connector trail over to the Hemlock Mountain when we get back onto the BFT. This is the Naval Run Canyon. So Twin Mountain at 2,200 feet is straight over there, and we're headed to Hemlock Mountain, which is 26, I can't tell what that says, 2,060 feet, maybe? That's over right there. That's where we're headed. We are headed over here to the old cutoff trail, to Black Forest Trail, Hemlock Mountain, Yellow Blazes. That cutoff trail was not very long at all. It's well maintained. We are now back on the BFT. Last climb of the day, done and dusted. And pretty much at the top of Hemlock Mountain now. That climb was not all that bad. It wasn't much more than the climb we started the day with after we left camp. Fortunately, we didn't have to start all the way at the bottom of the mountain, the base of the mountain, like at creek level or anything. We made it to our break spot. Look at the view. Whew. Beautiful. These are all some kind of mushroom or fungus. I don't know what's going on with this tree. It looks like it's covered with snow or something. How big this leaf is. Oh, there's the bridge. We're crossing Pine Creek. Hotel Manor straight ahead. We'll be camping in the woods behind there. And we'll be at the restaurant shortly. Now we're going to cross the bridge. We're going to go to the general store, get our resupplies stocked up for what we need for tomorrow, even though we'll be stopping over there tomorrow for the restrooms. Here's the Slate Run recreational parking next to the Rails to Trails, which we'll be starting out on tomorrow over there. Like I said, general store over there. This is the parking lot that a lot of people park at when they do the, hike the BFT, the loop, the whole loop. Here's the Hotel Manor. Trail's gonna go down over to the left, down through the parking lot over to the left. I did want to mention there's some cutoff trails. We could have made this even more of a straight shot to get over here today, but it would have put us here at like noon, 1 o'clock, since we're not renting rooms here. So we're not, doing laundry and getting showers and everything. That would have got us here way too early. Main trailhead for the Black Forest Trail. This is Slate Run here. And we will be camping just up around the bend. All right, here's camp where we're not done completely setting up. But yeah, all chores are done. I got a food line hung right here. Collected some firewood. Slate Run here. And I don't remember doing a song of the day, so let's knock that out real quick. We're gonna go Aerosmith Back in the Saddle. It's 4:20 and camp is set up, what's collected. All the camp chores are done. So it's over to the Hotel Manor for dinner. It's a little bit after 6:30 and got the fire going. And I think that's probably gonna be a wrap for this evening. Got the drinks happening. That right there. Take some of this tomorrow for camp tomorrow night. I think this is going to be a wrap for part 3 of this video, and you can follow along the adventures in part 4, which we'll pick up tomorrow morning. Unless anything exciting happens tonight, we'll call this one a wrap, and thanks for watching.